Welcome back to Bashinator Unleashed. Alex Volkanovski will be returning to the octagon this Saturday against the raging Mexicano Falso Diego Lopes. I will be breaking down all the fights from this upcoming Saturday from beginning to end. I will be starting with the early prelim fight of Nora Cornolle versus Hailey Cowan. Pretty much what there is to say about this fight. Women's fight. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just Nora Cornolle. She did have some hype at the beginning, and she got exposed by, I think, Cavalcanti a fight or two ago. She's fighting the debuting Hailey Cowan. No one's really caring about this fight. Early prelim for a reason. And I'll watch it because I always watch every fight. I will pick Nora in this fight. She does seem to have a bit crisper striking. Hailey Cowan, I believe, is a bit of a grappler. But Nora should be able to keep it on the feet, do some damage. I'll take her by decision probably. I don't see her finishing Hailey, but Nora will be the pick on this fight. Very bad woman. No one's really exciting. No one's going to be a contender here. Not a very exciting fight. Moving on, we have Tresan Gore versus Marco Tulio. This is a fight where the African-American Tresan Gore is I thought, wrestler, but everyone's seeming to act like he's a striker and he's going to stay on the feet with Tulio. Tulio's clearly a striker. In my opinion, Gore's like a plus 250 underdog. Gore clearly needs to get him up against the fence, get him down. Tulio won't be able to get back up. Everyone's giving him all this hype because he's with the pretty Norma Dumont. It's not going to keep him safe if Gore's just pushing him up against the fence, draining his energy, and take him down. Don't be stupid, Gore. Don't try and stand with him like you have before sometimes. Get him up against the fence, get him down, and you'll be a plus 250 cash money line. I'll go with Gore. That being said, Tulio could hurt him on the feet if he keeps it standing, but Gore should be a pretty good underdog. He's not getting a lot of money on him, so his line just keeps raising. He's a good underdog. He can get him down, he can get him up against the fence, and he can drain his energy. We'll go with the underdog on that one. Moving on, we have Maderji versus Mitch Raposo. Very bad early prelims. I'll just say that. Maderji lost to Matt Schnell. That's what there is to say about that. Schnell is absolutely horrible. I know in a lot of my UFC videos, I'm saying everyone's horrible. So when I compliment someone, they're actually genuinely good. Maderji, not good. Raposo, not good. He lost his first fight. Raposo, I believe, against Andre Lima. Lima's undefeated, so everyone's kind of giving that like, oh, okay, well, he went to a decision with Lima. Shouldn't have been a decision. Lima finished him like twice in that fight, I believe, and the ref just let it keep going. So Mitch Raposo's not good. Maderji got finished by Schnell. Terrible fight, terrible prelim. No one cares. If I have to pick, I'll pick Maderji. Just off experience. Mitch Raposo, I believe this is his second fight. We'll go off Maderji's length. He should be able to keep it at range, but very bad fight. Moving on, we have Sedriques Dumas versus Michal Oleksiejczuk. This fight, okay, it's a little bit better. Oleksiejczuk does have power. Dumas has been in some exciting fights. I believe his last fight, he got eye poked and then finished by Ruziboyev. Dumas is like some little street thug. He's never going to be a contender. He's never going to be a world champion. Dumas, I do still think he could go. I could go with Dumas in this fight. Oleksiejczuk is the favorite. I think he's like minus 180. He does have power, but Dumas should be able to keep it on the outside, hit him with some damaging shots coming in. And Oleksiejczuk, I believe he said he was going to retire like 2 fights ago. So that being said, his mind is kind of out of it. He did have 2 more fights, 2 more losses. So Oleksiejczuk isn't what he was before. He's not getting those big knockouts like he used to. Dumas, plus 180, pretty good underdog. I don't know if I'd say put your money on him like Gore, who's plus 250. I have more faith in him, honestly. But if I have to pick, I'll go with Dumas. Oleksiejczuk's getting a little bit older. Dumas is, let's see, 29. I guess Oleksiejczuk's like 31, so he's not too old, but Dumas is still getting better. He's not going to be too good ever, but we'll go with the underdog Dumas on that one. Moving on to the prelim card, we have Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa. Darren Elkins is like an old, battered cow, honestly. He's just been through so many wars. He's taken so much damage. That's his nickname, Damage Elkins. And he keeps somehow winning. He's like 42. His last fight, I believe, against Daniel Pineda. I chose Pineda in that fight. Pineda won round 1, and Elkins just old man strengthed it through the next 2 rounds. Julian Erosa. He is not as old. He's 35. He should be able to keep it out on the outside. I think he's like minus 400. He does have nasty submissions, so you would think Elkins shooting on him, that is his path to victory. Erosa should be able to slide up a guillotine or a triangle choke. Do I see that happening? It could happen, honestly. You could go Erosa by finish. If anything, I would just probably say Erosa money line. I think Elkins, he's 40 now. It's crazy to think that he's going to get another win. Erosa's beat a lot of contenders. He's 35, so he's not going to be a contender of his own. But he should be able to stop the old man Elkins and finish the wrestling and get him out of here. I did like Elkins. He did have that one cool win against, was it Mirsad Bektik, where he was like battered for 13 minutes and then gets a head kick and finishes him, starts crying. Pretty cool moment, but we'll go with Julian Erosa in this fight. I don't see Elkins getting it done here. Moving on, we have Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper, another old man versus a younger guy, actually. Chase Hooper, 25, Jim Miller, 41. I'll have to go with Chase Hooper in this round or in this fight. I don't think Jim Miller is going to be able to get a finish on him. I know Chase Hooper has gotten better in striking. He's still that nerdy little afro, kind of lanky kid. Everyone's saying that we've seen him, grow from a kid to a man. His strikes still don't have power. He was always jiu-jitsu then. He's still jiu-jitsu now. He's never going to be able to knocking people out. Jim Miller, you're throwing him another layup. He's like 42, so okay, maybe Chase Hooper's going to hurt him on the feet and then get a submission. But you put Chase Hooper up against the strong hitters of the lightweight division, and all that little minus 950, minus 1,000 Chase Hooper money lines are gone. Enjoy it while you can. Put, I guess, Hooper by submission. Chase Hooper minus 1,000 money line is pointless. It's not worth it. Jim Miller is always kind of game, so if you want to get froggy on this one, Chase Hooper by submission, that's probably like minus 200. We'll go with that one. Moving on, we have Xiaonan versus Virna Jandiroba. I can't stand Virna, honestly. She is so hideous. She looks like Frodo Baggins. Virna has beat a lot of the girls that I do like in the division, and then she's lost. Like Mackenzie Dern, I believe Mackenzie beat her, which I do really like Mackenzie Dern. But Virna just gets these little weaseling wins off of the better girls in the division. She did beat Amanda Lemos, I think, by submission in her last fight. Don't like Lemos, but okay, that was fine. She's fighting Yan Xiaonan. Yan Xiaonan, I think, is pretty good on striking. Her wrestling, I guess I don't really remember her grappling that much. Obviously, she is a striker, so it can't be that good. I just think if she can keep it on the feet, obviously, she's going to clearly win this fight. But will Virna's wrestling be able to get her down? Probably. She's going to be able to just drag her down more. She's not going to be shooting double legs. It's going to be more get her up against the fence, grab a single leg, kind of drag her down. Will she finish her? Honestly, probably maybe in the later rounds, maybe round 3, a late submission by Virna. If anything, just decision. She'll get her down each round at some point, and she'll probably hold her down for 2 or 3 minutes. That'll probably be a bad fight to watch if Yan Xiaonan keeps getting taken down. Virna's just going to hold her and do no damage. She's just going to keep trying to advance position and then just go for some submission. That doesn't sound that bad if she gets a submission, but it's going to be horrible to watch, like all of the Jandiroba fights we've all seen. Let's hope for the Yan Xiaonan win. If she wins, she's probably going to be knocking her out. I don't think she's going to dance for 15 minutes on the outside. If she wins, she's probably going to damage her enough to get her out of there. We'll go with Virna in that fight, but we'll hope for Yan Xiaonan to get the win to make it exciting. That moves us to the featured prelim of the card. It's Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. I don't like either of these guys, man. Dan Ige, he's like power, I guess. He's just balanced. He's not a good wrestler. He doesn't have this, super technical striking. He just has the big overhand right. Dan 50K Ige. No, I don't buy it. He's not that good. He's beat a bunch of like unranked people who are floating around. If they were ranked, they'd be like right out of the rankings, like 20, 18. But no, he doesn't beat anyone 15 and up. He always loses to he'll beat Andre Feely, who's unranked, and then he'll lose to the better guys in the division. That being said, I've seen a lot of people saying Sean Woodson, they think he's going to win. He beat Fernando Padilla his last fight by knockout in the first round. I think I said over 2 rounds in that fight when I bet on it, because those guys are both lanky, crap, no power strikers. Sean Woodson gets one finish, and now everyone thinks, ooh, yeah, he's going to finish Ige. He's the money line. No, I would put the brakes on that. Woodson doesn't really have that much power. I don't think he's going to finish Ige. If anything, I think Ige is going to try and wrestle this fight, and Woodson's going to have to dance for 15 minutes on skates. If I have to pick, I would say over a round in this fight. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know if Dan's going to be able to connect on Sean. If he does, I don't think Sean has this iron chin. And is Dan going to be able to wrestle? He's not an amazing wrestler, so I don't know if he would be able to get Woodson down. And that being said, both of these guys, let's see, they are Dan Ige 33, Woodson 32. No, bad. Never going to do anything in their career. Non-fight, good. It's not on the pay-per-view. That would have been trash. Just give me the over one round in that fight. Putting up the pay-per-view, we have Dominick Reyes versus Nikita Krylov. Probably on the whole card, Nikita Krylov is my money line. He's like minus 200 now. I already have him in a few parlays where he's like minus 150. Should have put this video out earlier for you guys if you're going to follow that one. Most confident pick. Last two Dominick Reyes fights, I picked that he was going to win. So clearly I'm not biased against Dominick. I knew that in his comeback after a long layoff, he would beat Jacoby. He would beat Smith. Now I'm being realistic. He ain't beating no Krylov. Krylov's been off for like a year or two, but he's dangerous. He's beaten genuinely good guys in the division, and he lost to like Ankalaev. And I think he lost to Paul Craig by submission after he was mollywopping him, like everyone loses to Paul Craig. So that being said, Dominick Reyes, he's getting finished, and this should be it for him. He's going to lose to Krylov. He's going to go up in the rankings. Dominick Reyes is going to show that he isn't a contender anymore. That's it for him. He's not even a big name. He had all the hype 4 or 5 years ago against Jon Jones and did not capitalize on that at all. That's it for Dominick Reyes after this Saturday. Go ahead and throw the gloves down. Who cares? Krylov's my man. If I can get him on the freaking channel and interview him, perfect. Nikita Krylov, money line. That's the one to ride with this Saturday. Moving on, we have Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. Another one kind of like the Tresan Gore fight. I like Bryce Mitchell, so I am biased in this one. I really want Bryce to win. I really want him to get the microphone. He's like plus 250. And it's kind of crazy that he is that. Obviously, Gene Silva has 4 fights, 4 knockouts. Yeah, you want Bryce Mitchell to get on the mic and, praise the Lord, as we all Christians who want that. But it's just Gene Silva's power. It's going to be so hard for Bryce to walk through that. It has to be Bryce shooting in the first 30 seconds of every round. Do not play this stupid little handshaking game, which I don't think he will. I think he's mad enough at Gene Silva, all the stuff he's been saying about him. He's not going to play that dumb little game where he's always Gene Silva's slapping his hand trying to get you to high five him. No, Bryce isn't going to do that. If Gene does that, Bryce will shoot on him, and that'll be the easiest takedown of the fight. So we're hoping for Bryce inside 30 seconds each round. Shoot on him. Is what it is if you can't get him down. But don't play the dumb stand-up game. We all know you're not a better stand-up guy than him. Don't take unnecessary damage, which is going to make it even harder for you to wrestle once you're actually trying to do that. Just stick to your game plan. Shoot on him in the first 30 seconds. Is what it is if it's boring. Try and get the finish. And that's your key to victory, Bryce. You can do it. I have him in my parlays as well. Only like 2, but I think Bryce is like a good underdog as well. Gene Silva, I don't have any money on him. He is what a lot of people are thinking is going to win by knockout. But I'll ride with the country boy, and we'll go with Bryce in this fight. Really excited for this fight. I think, honestly, I'm probably most excited for this one just because of all the stuff that's been going on with Bryce in the media as of recent. His recent comments about the man from 1942. But he said he'd go fishing with him. Take that as you want. I want Bryce Mitchell to win. He's a Christian man. All the stuff he's done before that. He brought the Bible into the octagon. Gets me worked up. I want Bryce to win. Moving on to the next fight of the pay-per-view, we have Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. When the odds first came out for this fight, it was like plus 180 Patricio, which was kind of surprising because he has so many more fights. He has a better record. He was a Bellator champion. Kind of makes me think, okay, the Bellator guys have actually done pretty well since coming over. Then I did put him in a parlay with some good money on it. Then I start watching the guys that I listen to. They start kind of swaying me towards Yair. Patricio lost to, I guess, Sergio Pettis, who's like a bantamweight. He has struggled against the taller, lankier guys he's fought. But I already have the parlay on with Patricio, so I'm locked in. This is from last week as well. I already have bets that won from the previous Saturday's fights where I ended with Patricio this Saturday. I do like to do that with my bets. I would like to carry it over 2, even 3 weekends sometimes. So I'll pick 2 fights from this weekend, 2 fights the next weekend, 2 fights the next one, 6-pick parlay, and I get to be excited about it for 3 weeks as long as it keeps hitting. So that being said, I'm already locked in on Patricio. Do I still think he'll win? I don't know, honestly. People are swaying me towards Yair. I saw what he did against Josh Emmett. I don't think Patricio has the power like Josh Emmett to really stun Yair like he did. He'll be able to maybe push Yair back. He just has to close the distance all fight. He cannot give Yair the range. I don't think Patricio is that good of a wrestler either. I think he is more of a striker. So it really just has to be almost Mike Tyson from Patricio, just closing the distance all fight, trying to put the pressure on him, trying to back him up. Don't let him get his kicks off, and we'll have to hope for that plus 180 win. That being said, now closer to the fight, my official bet on that one, I'd say is plus over 1.5 rounds. I don't think Yair will finish Patricio super fast. I don't think Patricio would finish Yair in the side of a round and a half. I'll go with that. Over 1.5 rounds should be a safe bet. And to confirm on the fight before that, if I didn't make that clear, I'm riding with Bryce Mitchell. That's my official bet. Co-main event is Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. I think, again, this is another fight where off the bat, when I saw the money lines come out, I was going with Paddy. I have him the same thing with Patricio. Some guys won last Saturday, and I'll win the money if Paddy wins this Saturday. I'm just losing faith in him every day that goes by. People are picking Chandler. It's making me lose faith, which, again, that's not always the case where people pick against me, I lose faith, and then in the end, I'm right. So it's not like they're always right. It's just that it makes me lose confidence. I am a man. I have emotions. I don't know if Paddy's still going to win. He doesn't have too much damage. He can take a shot, but Chandler is a pretty hard hitter. Chandler doesn't have this super knockout power. Okay, he knocked out Ferguson. He knocked out kind of Hooker. He just knocked him down and finished him on the ground. I think this is a play where over 2 rounds, fight to start round 3 might be the play. If you really want to pick with someone, I guess I'll choose Paddy because I'm already locked in with him. But again, Chandler could get him down and control him. Again, Paddy might not be able to submit him, and then it's just going to be Chandler probably hurting him from top position on the bottom. We'll go with Paddy if you have to pick a fighter, but official bet will say over 2 rounds, fight to start round 3, basically. And that leads us to the main event, the return of Alex Volkanovski versus the surging Diego Lopes. I think I'll go with Diego. I think I was going with Alex at the beginning. He has a lot more championship experience. He's a better striker. He should be more technical on the feet. Should be able to win. But Diego, I don't know. I'm kind of going more towards him now. He does have power. If he can win the first 3 rounds, Volkanovski's not going to finish him in 4 and 5. So as long as Diego's going to win round 1 and 2. Can he finish Volkanovski in those 10 minutes? Maybe, honestly. Volkanovski got finished in his last 2 fights. Not to say that Volkanovski's some chump, okay? It was Topuria and Islam. But Diego has hands of stone. He's been KOing basically everyone. If Volkanovski can get past 10 minutes, 3rd round is the most important round of the fight. If Diego can win the round, I don't think he'll knock him out in round 3 or submit him. He just has to win. He has to get him down, get some control time, and then he'll get the judge's scorecard of the first 3 rounds. I think he'll slow down. I think I've seen Diego slow down in the fights he didn't get the first round knockout. It's just a matter of, can Volkanovski survive the storm of round 1 and 2, and then can he win that crucial round 3, which really will decide the fight if we get to that point. Diego will win the first 2. If we get to 4 and 5, it should be Volkanovski. It's who can win round 3, which will get you the championship belt. Final pick, I guess Diego. He's younger. Volkanovski is 36. Diego's 30. Diego just has the momentum. He's been more active. Volkanovski has been out for a bit of time, probably for the better. It's not like he got knocked out by Islam and then fought a few months later and got steamrolled by Topuria. So that was probably for the best. Again, sometimes the long layoff isn't the best, but Diego's just been active. He's just been dangerous. He has so much hype, so much momentum. I think the Mexicano Fausto will get the job done, and the belt will go home with Diego Lopes. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please leave comments. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I look forward to making this community with you all. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to making my next video, which will probably be my recap video this Sunday. Or I could surprise you guys with an upcoming video tomorrow or Saturday. Thank you guys for watching.